Well, I thought, first of all, you really got to credit Iowa State. I think everybody in the league knows when they're on, they're capable of being a Final Four team. Reminded me when I saw their game when they played at K-State how dominant and explosive they were. As far as with our guys, one thing I shared with them in the locker room I thought was we only had 2 players in the locker room that had played in a Big 12 tournament before. And that's not a lot of experience, and the great thing about it is this hopefully will help us come next week from the standpoint the best thing the Big 12 does is runs it just like the NCAA tournament, everything from the police escort to the time to the routine, and hopefully that will allow us to have a better chance to be successful in the next tournament. So if that happens, then this has been definitely well worth it. Otherwise, everybody hates going home after one game.
Thank you, Coach. Let's go to questions for Devonte and Makai, and we'll come back for Coach in a bit. Guys, on the extreme left, first question.
John Warner, Waco Trib. Makai, how eager were you to play today, and how did you feel out there?
Yeah, I was definitely pretty excited. You know, any chance you get to step out on the court and compete is going to be fun. So especially you know, the Big 12 tournament, just to experience that was really cool. Obviously not the result we were looking for, but you know, a good experience for us, and hopefully we can build on that.
Again on the left side.
Jerry Hill, Baylor Bear Insider. Makai, y'all were right there with them, kind of back and forth. They ended the half on a 12-3 run. How much steam did that take out of you guys?
Yeah, that's tough. I mean, anytime you're going into the half with some momentum, it's definitely tough. But like Coach said, they're a really explosive team. When they're on, it's really tough to beat them. They're super talented. So they just kind of clicked tonight.
All the way back on the left.
Paul Catalini, ESPN Central Texas. Devonte, when they're making shots like that from the outside, how hard is that to defend? And could you guys just not really figure out what they were doing, or is it just they were hot tonight?
Definitely, they're tough. They were tough to defend today. They're making a lot of shots. When a team gets going like that, it starts with you know, them seeing the rim at first, getting a good look, which you know, we had to do a better job first half taking that away. You know, as we're in a good conference where players see the ball going a couple of times, you know, they can do spectacular things.
Okay, now on the TV riser, extreme left.
KXXV Waco. Devonte, this one's for you as well. You heard Coach say hopefully this tournament gives you guys some experience. As a guy who was looking forward to March, what do you think you got from this experience here in Kansas City so far?
What I learned is it's physical. The refs don't call a lot. The atmosphere is different. It's just something that you know, I gotta learn from it and build on. So I'm glad I got the chance to experience it. I wish I experienced it with a W, but it's something that I do appreciate, you know, and with this experience.
Again, toward the middle on the left side.
Chuck Carlton, Dallas Morning News. For both players, obviously you guys have regrouped a couple times this season. Didn't finish the regular season or the tournament the way you want, but what do you need to do between now and next Thursday or Friday to get ready for the NCAA tournament?
We got to recover a little bit, and then you know, just focus on our next opponent. I know the coaching staff is going to do a great job, and we got to lock in as players just to try to get better every day. We're obviously going to watch the film and try to learn from it. I think the biggest thing is just we can't punch second or react to a punch. I felt like they kind of came out first and hit us, and it's tough when you're back on your heels to respond.
Yeah, absolutely the same thing. You know, we gotta go back, rebuild, see what's ahead of us, and you know, just learn from this, and for hopefully the NCAA tournament.
Halfway back on the left.
This is for Makai. You played in the NCAA tournament 3 years ago. How exciting is this for you to get back after all the injuries you've had?
Yeah, like you said, it's been a pretty long road. So just to get the chance to compete on that stage again, it's what you dream for as a kid, and that's what you're working for pretty much your whole basketball life to this point. So just to get to that moment, especially with this team, we've kind of been doubted the whole year. It's going to be a special moment.
Any other questions for our student athletes? See no hands. Guys, we'll let you go back to the locker room with your SID, David K. Thank you for coming, and good luck next week. And we will now resume questions for Coach Drew. Okay, Coach, here on the left.
Scott, you said before the game, the first couple games, y'all got back in transition really well. Were y'all not getting back today, or was it more just them making shots?
Well, I think there's on turnovers, especially live ball turnovers, sometimes it's impossible to get back. I thought 14 turnovers for us was way too many. Then there were some other times where we didn't get back quick enough. So credit Iowa State for pushing it, and then credit them for making shots. But defensively, if you can't stop people in transition, it's not good. And if you can't take care of the ball, they go hand in hand. And I thought, especially in the last 5 minutes of the first half, we tried to make too many one-on-one plays, and those bad shots or turnovers led to their points as well.
Toward the back.
Scott, first couple of games, I think Iowa State was a combined 15 of 41 from threes. What were they doing anything differently, or were they just making shots?
Well, I think they got a couple players. Tucker's one of them. Seems like if he's on, he's on, and if he's off, he's off. And first two times we faced him, he was off. We faced him now, and he was on. And I thought that really opened things up for them. And then other than that, he was the major difference. Everybody else, Shayak had 20 the last time we faced him, and I mean he's a really good player. I thought defensively he was really locked in today too.
Okay, again on the left side.
Scott, I know you would prefer to have a couple more games in the tournament, but you've got pretty close to a full week now to prepare for the NCAA tournament. What do you want to accomplish in that time? How do you approach it? And I guess in terms of maybe regrouping a little bit with the way you finished, what's your priority list?
Well, I think first of all, you got to look at the glass being half full, and that means Makai gets a couple days to take care of his foot. Jared Butler gives him a couple days to take care of his knees. Mark Vidal's nursing an injury. That'll give him a couple days. So that's a positive to hopefully get healthier. The second thing besides that is hopefully we can spend a couple days working on executing and trying to be better offensively and trying to get back into a rhythm. I mean, we've been so blessed in previous years to have basically one or two starting lineups, and it seems like this year we've had more different lineups, different combinations, and I know that's been tough on the guys, tough on us. Hopefully we can keep everybody healthy and then get back to kind of like how we were playing when we were playing really well. And I know in the Big 12 you can lose a couple games and it looks like you're not playing well, but at Kansas we didn't play bad. Kansas State we didn't play bad. At Oklahoma State, you take away transition defense, and we played okay. So it's not like we've been playing bad. It's just the margin of error isn't high in this conference, and you have to be at your best to win because you can't rely on them having off nights. And obviously, Iowa State didn't have an off night, but if we take away this experience and it helps us for the postseason, then that's definitely been worth it. And I know it'll put a hunger in everybody now, knowing, hey, it's a great environment and we want to be there longer than 24 hours.
Okay, we have a question in the back. TV riser. Be on Coach's right.
Hey, Coach. Tyler Bolden with KWTX. When you were set up half-court defense, did you like the way your guys were playing? Were you contesting shots well enough?
Obviously not. There's always some defensive breakdowns that you can correct. Then it comes down to them making some tougher shots. And I thought because we had a couple breakdowns, because they made some shots, they got some confidence, then it makes it easier to make tougher shots. And that's what we allowed them to do. We allowed them to get confidence so they could make tougher shots. And the tougher shots, it's hard to do something about those, because if you got a good player, if you're up on them, they can drive, which they got guys that can do both. They can shoot and drive. So the goal is don't give them anything easy, so that now they're not making those tough contested shots, so you can take away the drive.
Hey, it's time for one last question for Coach, and we'll go to the left.
Scott, because of what you had already done, do you go into this weekend feeling good about NCAA and all that?
Well, I mean, that's the blessing of being in the best conference in America. You finish fourth, and you finish 10-8. And in the past, teams with 8 wins have gotten in. So that's why you go through this grind, is so you have a chance to reap the spoils. And hopefully it works out that we get 80% of the league in, if not 70%.